What if a single lens could turn ordinary streets into cinematic stories? Welcome back to the channel. Today we dive into the best camera lens for wide angle and reveal options that fix tight framing and dull shots. Stay with us for real value and check links in the description. A single phone lens can turn an ordinary sidewalk into a cinematic landscape, yet most mobile photos still feel flat and cramped. That's where the Zenvo Pro Lens Kit changes the experience instantly. This kit was clearly designed for creators who hate carrying bulky camera gear, but still want dramatic shots. The wide-angle lens opens scenes beautifully, making travel photos, group shots, and city views feel larger and more immersive. If you've been searching for a best camera lens for wide-angle mobile setup, this one delivers surprising clarity without turning your phone into a complicated rig. Then comes the macro lens. Tiny textures suddenly explode with detail. Water droplets, fabric patterns, even food photography gain a professional feel that standard smartphone cameras often miss. One major problem buyers face before choosing phone lenses is inconsistency. Cheap clip-on lenses create blurry corners, weak lighting, and frustrating alignment issues. Zenvo solves much of that with secure mounting and an included LED light that genuinely helps during indoor shots or nighttime captures. The travel case also deserves attention. It keeps everything organized instead of becoming another forgotten accessory buried in a backpack. Still, there are compromises. The clip can feel slightly bulky on thinner phones. And serious filmmakers may prefer premium options like moment lenses for advanced cinematic control. But those alternatives also cost far more. This product is ideal for travelers, content creators, social media users, and casual photographers wanting stronger visuals without buying a DSLR. The real surprise isn't how small the lens kit is, it's how much bigger your world suddenly looks through it. A tiny lens changed more beginner photographers into storytellers than expensive camera bodies ever did. The Canon EF 50mm f1.8 STM lens arrives with a simple promise: clean cinematic shots without draining your wallet. And surprisingly, it delivers far beyond expectations. The moment you attach it, backgrounds melt smoothly, while subjects gain a natural depth that kit lenses rarely achieve. Many buyers struggle before choosing a lens. Some chase the best camera lens for wide-angle shooting, while others just want sharper portraits, better low-light performance, and softer background blur. This lens solves a different frustration: photos that feel flat and lifeless. The f1.8 aperture changes everything. Indoor shots suddenly look brighter. Evening photography becomes easier. Even casual family photos start carrying emotional warmth. Its STM motor also keeps autofocus smooth and quiet, especially useful for beginner video creators. Pair it with Canon DSLR bodies and the setup feels lightweight enough for daily use instead of occasional shoots. Still, there are trade-offs. This is not a true best camera lens for wide-angle photography because the 50mm focal length feels tighter for landscapes or cramped interiors. If wide environmental shots matter most, the Canon EFS 10 to 18mm offers broader framing and more room creatively. But for portraits, product photography, YouTube videos, and social media content, this lens creates an expensive-looking image style without demanding premium money. Buy this if you want your photos to finally feel intentional instead of ordinary. Skip it if ultra-wide travel scenes are your top priority. Some camera gear impresses with specs. This one quietly changes how memories look forever through every single frame you capture. A single phone lens can completely change how a memory feels, and this 5-in-1 phone camera lens kit proves it within seconds. Most smartphone users hit the same wall. Photos look flat, landscapes feel cramped, tiny details disappear. Even expensive phones struggle to create that dramatic cinematic depth people expect from modern content. That's where this kit instantly becomes interesting. The 0.63x wide-angle lens opens scenes beautifully, making it a strong option for anyone searching for the best camera lens for wide-angle photography without carrying bulky gear. Travel shots feel larger. Group photos finally fit everyone naturally. And city views gain that immersive look social media creators chase every day. Then comes the 15x macro lens. Tiny textures suddenly look alive. Leaves, jewelry, fabric, and food photography become surprisingly addictive to capture. The fisheye lens adds personality with its bold 190 degrees perspective, while the CPL filter helps reduce reflections and improves outdoor contrast. The 2x telephoto lens also helps bring distant subjects closer without relying fully on digital zoom. Still, there are trade-offs. Lens alignment can take patience on some smartphones, especially with large camera bumps. Low light quality also depends heavily on your phone's native sensor. Compared with premium moment lenses, this kit feels more budget-friendly and versatile rather than ultra-professional. That balance makes it attractive for beginners, travelers, students, and casual creators wanting multiple creative options in one compact package. Instead of making your phone feel limited, this kit quietly turns ordinary moments into scenes worth capturing again and again forever. A cramped frame can ruin a breathtaking moment faster than a dead battery. And that's exactly why the Sony E11mm f1.8 instantly grabs attention. This ultra-wide-angle prime lens changes how APS-C creators capture the world. Tiny rooms suddenly feel cinematic. Travel shots breathe with depth. Vlogs look immersive instead of awkwardly cropped. For creators hunting for a best camera lens for wide-angle experience, this lens solves a problem many don't notice until after filming. Space limitation. The first thing you feel is freedom. At only 181 grams, it stays light on Sony APS-C cameras, making handheld shooting smoother during long sessions. The f1.8 aperture also brings low light flexibility that many ultra-wide lenses struggle to deliver. Night streets, indoor cafes, and moody studio scenes keep their atmosphere without turning into noisy messes. Autofocus performance feels fast and silent. That matters more than people expect, especially for vloggers and content creators recording live audio. Still, there are trade-offs. Some users may notice edge softness at wider apertures, especially in detailed landscape shots. And while the compact size is excellent for portability, photographers wanting extreme background blur may prefer something like the Sigma 16mm f1.4 for stronger subject separation. But this Sony lens wins where mobility and perspective matter most. Buy it if you create travel videos, architecture photography, YouTube content, or dynamic street visuals. Skip it if your work depends heavily on telephoto compression or dramatic portrait blur. Once this lens clicks onto your camera, ordinary spaces suddenly feel larger, richer, and impossible to ignore. Some lenses feel like they quietly change how you see an entire city, and this one does it the moment it powers on. Nikon Nikkor ZDX 12-28mm PZVR arrives for creators who struggle with cramped framing, shaky handheld clips, and dull wide shots. It solves a real pain. Walking vloggers, travel shooters, and students needing cinematic width without heavy rigs or complicated zoom control. The power zoom is smooth and controlled, while VR stabilization keeps movement steady even in crowded streets or moving vehicles. For wide-angle storytelling, it competes strongly with kit zooms, yet delivers more creative reach than most entry-level glass. Compared to a standard 16 to 50 millimeter, this lens gives broader perspective and smoother zoom transitions, though it costs slightly more. Buy it if you shoot travel, vlogs, or architecture. Skip it if you prefer fixed primes or ultralight casual setups. Where many creators hesitate is not the camera body but the lens choice. This zoom removes that hesitation, by covering ultra-wide perspectives without constant swapping. On Nikon ZDX bodies, it feels balanced and responsive, especially during spontaneous shooting moments. Low-light performance remains practical for social content, though not designed for extreme professional night work. Battery-powered zoom control also helps solo shooters stay in frame while moving. For beginners stepping into the best camera lens for wide-angle category, it reduces guesswork and encourages more consistent visual storytelling across everyday scenes and travel diaries, without feeling overcomplicated or heavy setup.